What's up, spectators? Welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. We're in the middle of not the investigation, but the trial. The first part of the trial, where, what's his face? Fulbright is acting as a sort of surrogate medium proxy for Aura Blackquill and using her notes to offer testimony. Let's see. And right now he's talking about how the theory is that the murderer smuggled... Wait, no. That the murderer, Athena, was hidden in a rolling bag and rolled out to outside the crime scene. Okay. I feel like I did a really jab bod. I did such a jab bod. Okay. Because he was using it to hide someone inside, that's why. Hold it! And how do you propose he hid a person inside one of those cases? Have you forgotten that we just saw such a thing only the other day? At your own daughter's magic show. She fit a grown person into a small box. Oh yeah, way to ruin the memory of a good day. Oh, so they hang out! That's so adorable. I love that, good. A magic show, I wish you would have thought to invite me. That would have been even better. The whole crew. Actually, I would have no, well, Fulbright, you know, we're not close yet, so you're not allowed there. My apologies. I'll invite you both next time. I promise. They could go karaoke. So, wait a minute. What were we talking about again? Prosecutor Blackquill was using the case to hide someone. And the only person small enough to fit inside the case was Athena Cykes. Hold it! But that's nothing more than conjecture, and it's hardly the only possibility. In that case, what do you think Prosecutor Blackquill had in that case? I think it was the moon rock. Objection! There were 3 cases at the scene, but Prosecutor Blackquill used the largest one. Like, his old objection used to be, it wasn't as deep as Blackwill's, where it's like, objection. But it was like, so Phoenix is objection, then his was objection. I don't know, I probably sound like a crazy person right now, but it's very noticeable when you've played and you hear him object to things for hours on end. Oh well, at least it isn't pains. The moon rock was egg-shaped and only about 8 inches in diameter. It wouldn't have made any sense to use the largest case there just to move that rock. Objection! Be that as it may, it doesn't prove Miss Cykes was inside. Then let me ask you this. Can you come up with a better theory of what was in the case? Well, Mr. Wright, can you? Give a guy some time to think. Let's see. Should I try to bluff my way through what we could have been in the case? Always bluff, that's what you do, Phoenix. I know exactly what Prosecutor Blackquill carried from the scene. I just have to find something else that was missing, right? No sweat. Oh, I'd be very interested in hearing your theory. If it's true, that is. This is a crime scene photo taken after Prosecutor... okay, hold on a minute. Let me see. Not a whole lot to work with. There's the katana on the ground, the piece of paper. Okay. All we have to do is compare this with... There's also the coat on the bottom left under the text. This photo of Prosecutor Blackquill to see what's missing. Okay, so there's that robot arm. He's picking up the sword. If he took something with him, then it should be in one of these photos. Lady Luck, don't fail me now. All right then, Mr. Wright, let us hear your theory. Oh wait, no, it's not the sword, because, okay, that's right, because I got the before and after confused. But it is the robot arm, with the bandages around it. What did Prosecutor Blackquill take from the scene of the murder? This bad boy right here. Take that! I don't know why. Please notice that there is a robot part on the top of the cart in this photo. However, in this photo taken after the crime, the robot part is gone. In other words, this part is something that was taken from the scene of the crime. You do appear to be right. I don't see it in the second picture. But it's just a piece of junk. How important could it be? Is it really just an insignificant robot part? Speaking of which, What are you looking at? I'm gonna start charging for each glance per eyeball. Stingy? What happened to the age of free previews? Stingy. Your Honor, about this robot part. Doesn't it look like it could be an arm from that robot there? Well, now that you mention it, it does, doesn't it? But the case is still too big to be practical for just the moon rock and a robot arm. But was it really just the one arm that was in there? If it wasn't Athena in the case, then maybe... I believe there was another robot at the scene that looks just like the one here. Your Honor, it is the defense's assertion that it was this other robot that was in the case. What?
Objection!
We can't be certain that part belonged to a robot. Yes, it looks like the arm of the one before us, but it could be something else entirely. Besides, it's wrapped entirely in bandaging, making it difficult to verify what it is. No, but we have the photo that Athena showed us.
Objection!
I know for a fact that it is a robot arm. I can even tell which robot it belonged to, just by looking at it. It's not Clonk. If Clonko's the one that's sort of broken, then it's Panco's arm. But I can't remember which color is which. With this information, we can investigate whether it was there at the time or not. But Mr. Wright, I thought you were more of the technologically illiterate type. When did you become such an expert? I feel somehow abandoned. Not to worry, Your Honor, I still know next to nothing about machines. But I know this piece of evidence proves which robot the arm belonged to. Just gotta find that photo. Which is right here.
Take that!
Is this conclusive enough for you? Wait, why is that wrong though? No. It's my utter incompetence. No. But that has the... But that's where the photo... Well, given the arm's distinctive feature, this is one conclusion that won't escape me. I may not know my hard disk from my floppy drive. But I know this piece of evidence proves which arm what? Why, how is that? I guess I can try this one. Isn't the photo here? No, it's got the jacket. Oh, the photo of the people. Okay, I'm trying this one next.
Take that!
There it is, okay. This is what I was going for. I mean, this picture came up when we talked with Athena, when we showed the binder. The robot in this picture is named Panco. Okay, yeah, this one's orange. All right. But take a look at Panco's arm. It was Miss Cykes who bandaged it up like that. She must have thought that machines heal in the same way that people do. What an adorable, naive mistake. It reminds me of my own grandchild. My stupid grandchild. The robot arm at the crime scene had the same bandaging wrapped around it. In other words... this robot arm could belong to none other than Panco. Order in the court, I say. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what do you have to say to this? I concede that the robot is about the same size as a child, but it cannot grab its knees and curl itself into a ball. Even if it was the largest of the cases, the robot couldn't have possibly fit in there. The case does come up to about mid-thigh on Prosecutor Blackwell. I see your point. The robot is much taller than that. They've got me there. So then, did Prosecutor Blackwell make Panco fit in the case by... dismantling, I guess. Not really sure between... Of course Panco would fit. All Prosecutor Blackwell had to do was dismantle her. Once taken apart, the robot could have easily fit along inside that rolling case. It appears to be a robot assembly device. Disassemble anything in a flash. Push the dismantle button. That sounds pretty neat. Can I push it, Mr. Nick? It sounds rather violent, but Mr. Wright does have a point there.
Objection!
Except that there was a body on the table where robots are dismantled and assembled. There would have been no room to take the robot apart.
Objection!
But what if it wasn't done on the table? What if the katana was used instead? You mean the sword? Yes, Your Honor. Miss Blackwell, I'd like your opinion as a woman of science. Isn't it true that the katana could have been used to take the robot apart? I suppose so. Their joints aren't made of a very tough material. A blade could slice through them. Why didn't she lie? Okay. Thank you for your expert opinion, Miss Blackwell. Thanks to you, we now know that the existence of the severed arm in this photo proves that Panco was taken apart. In addition, since the rest of Panco was not found at the scene, we can conclude that the true meaning of this photo is very different from the original interpretation. Wait a minute. What if it was Aura who did it? Aura could have had the robot do the killing for her, and then Simon wouldn't want his sister to go to jail. Huh? Maybe. Maybe. You can't mean. That's exactly what I mean. This photo does not capture the moment of the murder. It is instead a picture of the moment after the robot was sliced apart. The blood you see where the arm was cut off was transferred there by the bloody katana, but it's still obviously not Simon because you don't see his face. The game is practically screaming that it isn't Simon who's the guy. I still think it's the victim from the 4th trial. Most likely the rest of Panco is scattered around Prosecutor Blackwell's feet. Not hearing this! Therefore, what was transported inside that case was not the defendant, but a robot. Miss Cykes never was at the scene at the time of the murder. My head! Heads will roll. It's true that Panco was found in pieces after the murder. And I'll admit I repaired her myself afterwards. Yes, I'm finally making some progress. Hopefully I've gotten at least one step closer to proving both Athena and Prosecutor Blackwell innocent.
Objection!
Well played, Mr. Wright. You've made your point abundantly clear. I can see that it wasn't the defendant inside the rolling case, but the robot. All right, what's going on here? It's never good when he plays things this straight. Does the prosecution withdraw its claim that the defendant was carried from the scene? No, Your Honor. My claim hasn't changed.
Objection!
But Panco and Miss Cykes couldn't have both been inside that case.
Objection!
The notion that the case was used to carry Miss Cykes and Miss Blackwell's theory. I have been of a different opinion from the outset. Now I finally have the opportunity to voice my theory. Thanks to the defense. Edgeworth! He's been one step ahead of me this whole time. In that case, how do you propose the defendant left the crime scene? Simple. The footage only shows Prosecutor Blackwell from behind. What's more, he's holding his arm in front of his body as if he were holding something or someone. That's hardly evidence. I have proof. The surcoat Prosecutor Blackwell was wearing. The victim's blood was found on the front of it, and the stain had a highly distinctive shape. A blood stain with a distinctive shape? Please continue, Prosecutor Edgeworth. 7 years ago, the defendant was known to constantly wear a certain item, of which there is only one in the world, a special pair of headphones made just for her. She always wore these big, heavy-looking headphones. She said her mother made them for her, as part of her research. Analysis showed the bloodstain to be in the exact same shape as these headphones. In other words, this was no mere blood spatter. The blood went from the victim's body to the headphones, and then was imprinted onto Prosecutor Blackwell's coat like a stamp. A most gruesome stamp indeed. Blackwell carried Miss Cykes, who had been hit by the splatter, away from the crime scene. This proves that Athena Cykes was, without question, present at the crime scene. And that concludes the prosecution's argument. Order! If the defendant was indeed at the scene, it deepens the suspicion against her.
Objection!
But we've also shown that the robot was there at the scene as well.
Objection!
I hope you're not making the ridiculous claim that a simple robot was the real murderer. I don't really think that, no, but you can't say the possibility isn't there. Detective Fulbright, was the robot questioned at the time? No, I don't see any record of it. I believe it was considered unrelated to the case. But as it turned out, the robot was actually integrally... Integrally? Because it's integral. But I've never heard integrally. I never heard integral as an adverb before. So that's really weird. Related. Your Honor, the defense would like to call Panco to the stand. A robot witness? Prosecutor Edgeworth, what do you think about this? Mr. Wright has called all manner of witnesses to the stand over the years, so why not a robot? Nothing surprises me anymore with him. Very well, I will allow the witness. Bailiff, please summon the robot named Panco. Witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is not Witness, my name is Panco. Yes, I realize that, but when you are at the witness stand, you are the witness. No, I'm not. I'm Panco. Say it with me. Panco. What an utterly inflexible little robot. Where did he get that, mascara from? You're the last person who should be calling anybody inflexible. Haha, you remind me of my grandchild who just learned his own name. Oh, how precious. All right, Panco. I'm going to ask you some questions. Questions? You have questions? Hooray! What are your questions? I want to know if you were there at the scene of the murder of Athena Cykes. It was 7 years ago on the 7th of October around 2 p.m. in the robotics lab. Certainly. Just one moment. Searching data. Search complete. Yes, I was there in the robotics lab. Yay! Sorry, I was drinking some water. It would seem this robot's testimony is necessary to this case after all. This is great. I just knew Panco must have seen something important. A murder committed right before this poor little girl's eyes. It's inexcusable. The judge seems ready to adopt Panco as another grandchild. So, little Panco, do you think you can give us your testimony today? What I saw. I went to the robotics lab at about 2 p.m. for my regular recharge. Just as I was about to charge up, Athena came in and hugged Mommy Metis. And then Mommy Metis fell down. After that, I was recharging, so I don't know anything. After I charged up, I was cleaning the room, and Mr. Simon came in. And then an error occurred. There's no data after that point. Well, it sounds like the defendant was without question at the scene. However, it doesn't appear that the witness saw the actual moment of the murder. Sure it did. I disagree. This testimony shows that the defendant did indeed commit the crime. What? At the end of the day, we mustn't forget that this witness is still a machine. Being a robot, its understanding and capacity to express itself are limited. So what are you suggesting? The witness's statements need to be interpreted. And it's been about 19 minutes, so I'm gonna end this video here, so stay tuned tomorrow for the next episode, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye! Oh, yep, they saw me. Let's go! Yeah. Okay, this is taking a lot of bullets. Oh, what a waste. What a waste. I do want to use my other gun. I'll get to that. For now, let's conserve some of my ammo. Missing? There we go. One. There we go. Oh, you